Let's talk about the man on the street today. I have ample opportunity to meet a lot of people because I'm always taking cabs and I'm always going to theater, Radio City, dinner out. So I can sample a lot of people in my own town, New York City. And one of the cabbies said to me, Trump is making it so we're not going to have a merry or a happy Christmas holiday. And people are citing affordability. They can't have decent housing. An apartment that they rented last year for $1,500 is now going for $25. With all the uncertainties around the insurance premiums and what people are going to be paying this year and next, people are convinced they're not going to be able to afford health care. They're already doubling the numbers of folks that they're seeing in the food pantries. The states are not getting what the federal government should be giving them. They've cut back on pandemic funding. They've cut back on infrastructure. Where is the money coming from? Corporations don't pay taxes, and they don't have to, because now all the corporate money is going to Trump's favorite policies. I bet they must not like that too much either. It's either paying taxes so all of us have equality in the country, or you're giving the money to Trump. And he decides what that vig is. He's worse than the mafia. And what else is hurting folks? You got housing, a deficit. It's controlled by monopolies. So even though we meet 4 million to 5 million new housing structures, we can't build them because the contracts go to 3 or 4 major builders. I know folks who come from other countries, they go back to other countries now to make the money they used to make here because they can't make a living here in the States anymore. That's pretty pathetic. And when I speak to cabbies about tourism in New York City, it's not coming. Folks are afraid to tour America. Look what happened to that young girl who wanted to surprise her folks from Boston and travel to Texas. She was picked up by immigration. Why? She's a citizen. She shouldn't have been picked up. She's 19 years old. But that's what happens in America today. Everything is uncertain. Even price tags are uncertain. Folks are forced to go to Dollar General or Family General stores or any Dollar General store. And what happens? You see a price on the goods that you want to purchase. You go to the cash register and you wonder, what happened? The prices are higher. Prices don't have to be fixed anymore. Of course, that's against the law. But are these corporations fined for charging you extra? They're not. I figured out that in 2022, by reading USA Facts, that 2022 to now, all those stores had 4,300 violations by inspector generals. Were they fined? No. But if they had been fined, they would have had to pay a fine of $5,000 for each price violation, and that would have amounted to $21.5 million. The money was going to go back to the federal government, but I think everyone who's noticed price increases at the register that you didn't see when you purchased the item, that's a class action suit for sure, and folks should be getting their money back. So, affordability? Trump says we don't have any, but we know we've got affordability problems. We know that when you buy a couple of necessities, it's costing you $70. It used to cost you a hell of a lot less. We know that if you want medical insurance and health care, you're going to be paying anywhere from $900 to $1,900 more. You got to shop carefully for those insurance plans. And we also know we're going to be denied access to critical tests because they cost more. And now we know that capitalism is not democracy. Capitalism is there, just like it is in other corrupt nations, to serve the leader. Doesn't serve we the people at all. So I guess we know authoritarianism is not for us. We don't get anything out of it. We're not getting education because we already know our kids are not learning and they're not thinking critically. And we know other countries who are a little smarter than us are banning smartphones for all kids 16 years and under. And guess what? Meta and Google and all the other social media companies are in compliance with what Australia and New Zealand want. That's their law. Same thing with the EU. They got laws. Laws to protect their people from suicide, abuse, and from injuring minors. We have the Wild West in the internet here. And if they're lucky, the tech bros would also like the Wild West in AI. No siree, the state's gotta regulate AI. And what else has Trump given us? Oh, no lawfare. We don't have rules for certain people, but for the rest of us, you better look at the rule of law, because the government and whoever is out there will come after us. Trump, he's exempt. The people he likes, they're exempt. And you better hope, everyone, that he likes you a lot. Because if you're not part of the chosen few, your livelihood is uncertain like the rest of us.